Так, мы продолжаем. Ждемте по квесту. По дополнению. Так, стоп, а куда нам там? А? Что-то я не понял. Ну, а где тут? Тартар, хорошо. Терра, станция. Первопроходец. Не понял. А, вот так вот это работает. Хорошо. А. Да, поехали.
Is that an Apex Mark V TESO atmospheric dome? I've never seen one in person. Magnificent.
Не могу не согласиться, но что-то больно тут много места. Ух ты, ты такой красивый. Стой. Стой, говорят. Взять можно? Нельзя. Хорошо. 61 метр нам. Денежка. Вообще не знаю, нафига мне столько денег. Окей, дядь.
Supplies if you need 'em. No one lasts long on Gorgon unprepared.
Supplies. Давай поговорим.
You looking for supplies, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one round here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular.
Давай
Found a
посмотрим.
pickaxe in the mine like none I've ever
Ты
seen
знаешь, я
before.
передумал. Мы, наверное,
Could be
пойдем
awful useful
спасать
if you're
доктора.
the violent type.
Тут что-то сильно много этого. Как это сказать? Вещей, которые надо там взлом 150, а у меня нет взлома 150. Поэтому давайте-ка передумаем. А что ты мне предложишь? Так, ладно. Что там? Эвакуация, все дела. Так. Модифицировать. Давайте-ка модифицируем. Подчинить сначала. Давайте починим все. Хорошо. Не понял. Я ж вроде все нажал. Пофиг. Так. Чудненько. Что у нас модифицировать там можно? Допустим, я хочу какую-то вот эту вот снайперку. Не, даже вот это хочу. Ствол 3. Так. Шум при стрельбе. Критический урон. Давайте критический. Хотя... У нас их 7. Конечно, урон. Да что? А, я понял. Да не вопрос. Хорошо. Размер магазина. Тип урона плазменный. Тип урона электрический. Размер магазина, конечно же. Так, прицел. Ну, я думаю, давайте, почему бы нет. Хорошо. Модифицировали, неплохо. Теперь мне нужно еще модифицировать. Давайте ничего не будем больше модифицировать. Мне пока нравится вот эта вот штука. Неплохо. Пойдем. Куда идем? Мы идем спасать доктора, точно. Так, доктор, дорогуша. Не-не-не-не-не, Тартар. Да. Да, давайте сохранимся. Все, поехали.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Да ладно, что там?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return. Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you returned, though.
Недовольна,
Oh,
да?
speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed. I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits. You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
Убеждение 94?
We're on lockdown. We have standing orders to shoot intruders on sight. Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Looks like you're gonna have company at the execution. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance?
А, да.
Take care. I
Re-
require a
relax and
functioning captain
enjoy.
on the ship.
Let's go. We need to kill some people. Что там не так-то? Эй. Хорошо, недоступно. Идемте.
Take someone to watch your back.
Конечно, это будет сложно сказать.
Please.
Сэм, Сэмушка, let's go. Стоп, чего? Не понял. Так, дневник. Ну теперь-то все верно, да? Да, я ошибся. Хорошо, не вопрос. Я признаю свою ошибку. можно как-то обойтись без этого? Хорошо.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on,
Уху.
Dad.
Отлично, у меня подмога. Неплохо. Спасибо. А? Неплохо.
Resuming passive mode.
37. Лидер. Не надо мне лидеры. Да, сойдет. 84. Чё? 8? $84, серьезно? Парвати, у меня для тебя большой подарок. Very big. Держи. Пятьдесят три. Порвать это теперь тут самое это. Ага, у меня перевес снаряжения. Хорошо. Да. Да. 126. 106. Да не надо нам. Нет, стой. Бог ты мой, всего 4 килограмма. Надо много чего утилизировать-то. Урон. Убеждение, не, погоди. Так, 38 броня. 20. Неважно. Хорошо. Док, я иду, стой. А куда мне идти? Сюда прям? Порвать и хиляйся речь. Нас тут сейчас будет ждать карусель.
Area sanitization assessment. The labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy.
Ну, Сэм, ты мне нравишься, серьезно. Лучший. Единственное, ну, мне бы тебе поменять эту какую.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
Возможно, так, это я понял. А как можно еще? Все? Пехотинец. А ну-ка. Я понял. Пехотинец.
Time to take out the trap.
Уху-ху, тихо. Хорошо.
Clean up the competition.
Так, а ты у нас что? Хрень какая-то. Пехотинец. У тебя ничего нема. Отлично. О.
Neutral. And sanitize.
Воу-воу-воу. Да, тут будет нелегко. Ну что ж.
Here we go.
Sand units never lay down. Polluted, purified.
А чё, с обоих сторон? Прикольно. Да, будет вообще печалька. Слишком много. Ну ничего, сейчас что-то придумаем. Хорошо. Смотрим. У нас тут лифт. А. Нельзя. Окей. И тут, в принципе, ничего нету, поэтому ладно. Не сильно-то и расстроен.
Bring the job. Its job fulfilled.
Окей. Ну, как минимум.
Unit is clean. Clean. Ready to kill germs. Identified. Dropped object is an organic in rest mode. Scoured with prejudice.
Так. Хорошо. В этот раз мы справились получше. Чуть-чуть, на самом деле. Наверное, поверху было бы лучше пойти. Я так думаю, там можно было найти этот... маскировку. Что-то мне так кажется.
Here we go.
Its performance evaluation is sterling.
сами справились. Ну, радует, радует. Спасибо, молодцы. Так, 84. По-моему, у Парвати опять новый шлем. Парвати, тебе нравится? А мне нравится. Жесть. Сэм, Сэмушка. Может тебя подчинить как-нибудь? А ну, иди сюда. Тебя можно чинить? Нельзя. Да я просто не знаю как, не разобрался. Хорошо. Боеприпасы. Так, моя чуйка меня походу подвела. Или я просто тупо не... Фак.
Your vitals are in disarray.
Где ты, парень? Я думал, это дробовик, оказывается, нет. Слава тебе, Господи. Меня это спасет. И это энергетические патроны. Хорошо. Энергопатроны мы любим. Господи.
Pickup mag required.
Бляха, мух. Пришел один в тупик. Так, окей.
Incoming!
You make it dirty, Sam.
Стоп. Чё? В смысле? Кто меня убил? Ладно, это будет болюче, походу, болюче. Ах, я даже не видел, кто, когда, почему, откуда. Чувак, получи.
Neutralize. And sanitize. Help alert.
Ты откуда взялся тут, я не пойму. Господи. Вот оно.
Neutralize and sanitize. Congratulations, customer. Your SAM unit is performing at peak capacity. Clean, keen, and ready to kill germs.
Сэм, пожалуйста.
Hands on the job.
Сэм, твою мать. Ладно. Хорошо, молодец. Давайте.
Time to take the trash.
Бог ты мой, больно?
Showered with prejudice.
Твою мать. Окей. Короче, надо менять тактику немножко. Что мы и сделаем? Допустим. Хорошо. Да ладно, ну откуда я умер опять? Капец. Просто за секунду убивает. Куда я попал? Зачем? Хорошо. А у тебя сколько тут? 54. Ох, ты конченый, да? Хорошо. Так, на мясо. Распался он на мясо. Хорошо. Never mind. It's okay. Так. Это то, что я дарил Парвате в прошлый раз, и она типа... Ну, ладно. Вот теперь лучше, по-моему. Парвате. Пора тебе дать какую-то убер-пушку. Что ты бегаешь с херней? Дальний бой. Что тебе дать? Я даже не знаю. На, короче. Стоп. Давай. Не-не-не. Все. Будешь немножко действовать получше, по-моему. Я хотел всех тут убить, но всех, походу, не убьешь. Слишком сложно. Пойдем. Так, нам сюда. Но для начала... Да, детка, я этого и хотел. Да, ну, снаряжение. Хорошо. Торговый автоматик. Что это? Так. Не надо. Вы мне продаете какую-то хрень, серьезно. Там уже 84 это защиты, а тут фигня какая-то. 10 брони, отлично. 5 мусор. Деньги, денежки, деньжули. Что это? 10 117. Да, мне не нравится, в принципе. Так, it's fine. Хорошо. Пистолет 295. Не так, нет. Порвати. Есть для тебя еще один подарок. Я, наверное, пойду в ту сторону.
Imagine being locked up in a place like this. Just the weight of all that stone and steel. Ugh, making me sick.
Товарищ, а можно вас попросить?
Works detected. Classification. Flawlessly finished.
Бог ты мой, с 2 патронов. Вот это дело, я понимаю. Ближний бой плюс 5. Нет, так нечестно, слушай. Я думал, я тут пройти могу. Ага. Могу. Могу, кстати говоря. Зря убил 2 чуваков. Ладно. Ну, я так люблю делать. Так, ребят, простите, я типа, да, случайно. Вы несчастные жертвы коррупции и чего бы там ни было еще. А тут как мне пройти? А, легко.
Entering quiet mode.
Сэм, ты можешь двигаться бесшумно? Серьезно? Вот это удивил. Я прям реально поражен. Что тут? О, да. Господи. Как это хорошо. По-моему, это очень большой урон. Я его возьму. Угу. Блин. Ладно, найдем по пути еще. Чё? Наверное. Ну, вот, например. Слышь?
I'm working as fast as I can, all right? If y'all would quit bothering me, I'd get this done sooner. Fixing the FPS system. FPS system. It's redundant, Willoughby. Can you just let me work? I'm almost done. forced pacification system. If the prisoners riot, we gas them. It went a little haywire after the last deployment, so here I am. Anyway, I need to finish this, so get out of here, will you?
Не. Хорошо.
Here we go!
Putting trash in its rightful place for
Ты
more than 70
не
years.
починишь ее. Знаешь почему? Потому что нельзя. Боже, сколько всего-то. Забираем. Мои магнитики любимые. Не надо усмирительный гад подавать. Этот усмирительный гад нас может и все испортить. Поэтому не надо. Браслет. Давай. Боеприпасы, боеприпасы, боеприпасы. Вкуснятина. Сойдет. Можно себе забрать лично домой? Нет. Не даю. Хорошо. We squeeze it out. Опа, опа, опа. Что ты там видел, парень? Ты ж ничего не видел, верно? Вопрос. А если я... Да не, ну так это не будет. Во-во-во. Хорошо. Мое. Всего лишь немножко прилетело в голову. Подумаешь, что там. А что тут, ава? 82. Не хочу. Так. А я тут что был? Ну, нормально, слышь. То есть я вот этот весь путь проделал просто так. Считаю, всех убил все равно. Какого хрена? Нафига я это сделал? Забавно. Ой. Пойдем, короче. Нам...
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Scoured with prejudice.
Тихо! С 3 патронов убили. Будет очень интересно это. Я думал, там уже никого нету. Он там за стеночкой засел, как всегда. А он прибежал ко мне. Да не говори мне, что... Ёбаный. Я забыл сохраниться, да? Хорошо. Да, какой там quiet mode? Пошли, короче. Я понимаю, что это все бесполезно. Let's go.
Performance evaluation is Sterling.
Во-во-во, тихо, тихо. Отойди.
SAM units are not equipped to provide medical aid. That will leave a stain. Clean cycle up to industrial stain.
Все? Молодцы. Типа так надо было сделать с самого начала, по-моему, нет? Хорошо.
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Here we go.
Pollutant purified. Centrifuge mode activated.
Пускай они сами справляются. Вот блядки побежали. Чё бы и не.
Customer. Behind cellular. Spillage analysis. Bodily fluids.
Вот где оно, да, сидит. А вы крутые, дядьки. Ячейка энергетическая, да. Дядь, приходи в себя. Все ж нормально было.
Neutralized and sanitized.
А что у вас тут происходит? А у тебя... Эй, ладно, ничего не взял. Пофиг. Хорошо. Мужчина, у вас есть что-нибудь? Да, сойдет. А у вас броня, да? Не, у вас броня не та, что мне надо. Определенно. Хорошо, нам сюда. А что тут? Тут вкуснятина. Ну, не совсем, ладно. Типа, можно было обойти этих чуваков по стелсу. У нас свой стелс. Мы стелсим. Воу-воу-воу.
You appear to be leaking. Good news, customer.
Бог ты мне. Вы у меня просто убийцы, серьезно. Порвать, особенно ты реально. Ты посмотри на себя. Ты монстр. Дробовик. О-хо-хо. Да не, ладно. Так, ну давайте мы себе теперь что-нибудь переоденем. 58. 54. 80. 84. Да, конечно. Так, 30. 54. Все. Теперь нас будет чуть-чуть жалить поменьше. Так. Разблокировать. Выйти. Я, кажется, ошибся, наверное, дверью, да?
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you board folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
And... oh, I had heard you were dragging around a repurposed janitorial mechanical? My staff jokes that it's because you're a walking pile of refuse.
Interactive database updated. The unique organic substance labeled Chairman has been classified as filth, imminent for incineration.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. Haven't you heard? Phineas is working for us now. It took some doing, but employing an efficient management strategy of putting our guns to his head seems to have done the trick. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle. Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through.
Так а в
but
чем
it's done.
проблема? Возьми,
It's
реши
over.
эту проблему, типа,
Let
ну
me
как,
ask you something, Captain.
которую
Have you at
возникает.
any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
We're helping, which is more than you can say.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way. If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause. I'll admit, there's no shortage of talented scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Вот это дилемма. Ладно. Anyway. Да ладно, что там? Что, может быть еще хуже? Например, ну, ты. Куда ты идешь? Где? Откуда? Кто? О. Извините, я не понял, что, типа, тут уже все нормальные свои друзья, типа. Окей, Не вопрос. Какие? «23», хорошо. Чувак, ты как? Хорошо. Ты что, дебил? Что ж ты делаешь, а? Успокойся, парень. Ладно, ты уже не успокоишься, я понял. Ну и хрен с тобой. Как бы. «23». Рука. Ух ты. У руки можно снять броню, ей. Так, погнали. Что говорите, никто не сбегал, да? Ну, когда-то ж бывает все в первый раз, верно?
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Отлично, МСА на нашей стороне. Не зря спасал.
Resuming passive mode.
МСА. Да, не вопрос. Я поехал.
Difficult job ahead? Consider equipping a pack of Sam's special solvent stain out remover. It's ruthless on residual blood splatter.
I'm just real.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Да?
Do you imagine you're leading some grand revolutionary army? The iconoclasts and MSI have put aside their differences and attacked the prison together. I never imagined such a thing would be possible. But here we are. You're nothing but a rabble-rouser. I'm going to put an end to your little rebellion. And then I'm going to have you and your associates arrested. The board is the only legitimate power in Halcyon. We are Halcyon. I admit I miscalculated the extent of your influence. The board's plan never accounted for you. This is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Вот где у нас самый такой стрёмный чувак, да?
In that we are in agreement. An end to violence is precisely what I want. An end to chaos. An end to senseless loss of life. The only obstacle standing in my way
Я тебя все равно убью.
is you. I wish you'd simply cooperated with me. You're the finest marksman in Halcyon. You could have been my gun.
Ган.
I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically or something.
Так, пойдемте. Нам надо еще одну жопу надрать. Ну, как минимум, таран. Ух ты, таран. Ей, у нас сейчас будет, или с нами сейчас будет таран, или против нас. Давайте проверим. И, кстати говоря, пушка неплохая, но зачем, если у меня есть что-то типа такого, да? Которое может на косарь ударить. Таран, тихо. Релакс. It's okay, it's so fine. Слушай. Фак. Не-не-не-не-не. Дай понять, куда тебя стрелять, чтобы... Типа, как тебе сказать, тебе было больно. Сэм. Вай. Ой, сколько ж вас тут? Миллион. Я думал, против одного будем сражаться. Так, нехорошо. Нехорошо. Ладно. Тихо, серьезно? Дайте пройти, запечатано.
Reminder, lying in the dirt is up.
Lacerations are messy.
Ёлки-палки. Откройте. Ёп. Чувак, погоди, минуточку. Теперь потанцуем. Фух. Окей. Это было легче, чем я думал. Ключик. Ключик у нас от... Отсюда? А патроны есть у вас тут? Или только бочечки? Видать, только бочечки. Что, вообще патронов нету, да? Все понял. Мне патроны не нужны. Док, я пришел за тобой. Поломано. Тут еще какого-то тарана не будет, не? Тарана Ивановича 2, там, я не знаю. Пошла в очко. Заело, извините. Просто что-то заело оружие. Дядь, в смысле запечатано. Открыто.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind.
Да.
And I can't begin to thank you enough.
Я даже не знаю. Давай пафосно.
All in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option.
Отличная
We're
новость.
in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon?
Я
We
очень
can't
рад.
rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Да, не вопрос, что там.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Нормально так.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The abandoned research facility on Gorgon remained a place of chaos, a draw for smugglers looking for salvage, and ill-fated freelancers hoping for a payday. Minnie Ambrose never got what she wanted from the Gorgon asteroid. The secrets of the old space
А я думал, это
project
дополнение,
were
ладно.
forever outside of her reach. In time, she abandoned the family estate, determined to seek her fortunes elsewhere in the colony. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder
Эх,
of
ладно,
the
ну.
potential for
Просрал я
progress
горгонный
and
астероид, да.
disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. Ellie savored her adventures on the Unreliable. Once they were done, she returned to life as usual, running missions of dubious legality, shunning respectable work, and living life to the fullest. She meant to reach out to her one-time captain, but she was always bad at keeping in touch. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands.
Ну, хоть
As
одно
much
что
as he
слышал
enjoyed
хорошее.
his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless, unshackled from a lifetime
Мне
of
интересно про
striving
Сэма
to
что
fight
скажет.
in the universe and himself. Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with
Ну,
the
тут
crew
мне вообще не
served as a
интересно.
constant reminder of the family she'd lost.
Пьяница и
And so she
наркоман. Нормально.
eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable. The deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from
Самый
house arrest,
эффективный
and his
оказался.
contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr.
Видите,
Wells was able to revive
хороший
many
дядька
more
оказался.
scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you? The unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon. Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Ну, вот такой он. Другие мира. Было приятно с вами посидеть. Увидимся в других проектах. Пока-пока-пока.